I want to turn to two of my favorite partners. I call them the dynamic duo in my head, Chelsea and Kelsey. It
Yeah.
also does not help that they live very close to each other in the Midwest, and they also have names that rhyme. Chelsea, Kelsey, how are we doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I am doing well. You know what? I thought I'd get tired way before then, but I think as the webinar goes on, my
It's
energy
cool.
increases because
That's
I'm
cool.
learning a lot too. It's making me better at my job. But
Yeah.
you guys are going to talk us through how brands are missing the biggest opportunities. Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about that. What are you going to be breaking down for us?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the paid creator strategy, actually. So I have a short presentation and then I will ramble and just kind of tell you everything there is to know about this paid creator strategy that we're implementing for a number of our clients and strongly recommend for other brands who are at certain points on TikTok Shop. And then open it up for some questions because I think there's going to be a lot of value in the questions that everyone has for specifically for this scope.
Yeah, I'll let you get to it, but I do have to say, Kelsey, I love your background. I know how much work probably went into that corner, and it looks
Yes.
perfect. I just want to
Thanks. I'll
tell
give
you.
you a full view. Actually, it's like a whole gallery wall. And yes, I put my heart and soul into this. So thank you.
Listen, if it was in Manhattan, you could be charging like a few $100s per plate for if it was a restaurant. So no, you did the right thing. I noticed it. Architectural Digest is gonna come calling to me now.
Thank you
Over to you
so much.
guys.
Okay. Okay. So today we want to talk about the biggest opportunity that brands are missing on TikTok Shop. But just a quick intro. We are Kelsey and Chelsea. I'll kind of just take the floor here. I'm the talker of Chelsea and I. So I'll speak on both of our behalfs. But we have been in the influencer space and the affiliate space for nearly 10 years, starting on the brand side. Both of us have worked in an agency before. We've worked with over 200 brands in our career, very industry category agnostic, doing everything from influencer marketing to affiliate marketing, UGC. We do UGC programs, gifting programs, and then most recently diving into TikTok Shop in like the range of like 2023. And now we're actually moving into live selling as well. So I'll jump right into it. So the reality check about TikTok Shop is that most brands, when they join the platform, just kind of think, yes, we're going to go viral. We're going to put our posts on TikTok or products on TikTok Shop, and they're automatically going to get a million views. They think affiliates are just going to be so excited to push our content. They think that as long as there's content live, TikTok will kind of just do the rest. All of us here know that's just not the reality of the situation. It absolutely doesn't work like that, at least anymore. I know when I started in 2023, that actually kind of did happen. And I think word traveled fast. So a lot of brands have kind of a misrepresentation of how TikTok Shop actually works. But what actually happens on TikTok is that 90% of affiliates don't actually convert. However, all of us here know that content is still really important, but a lot of that content isn't going to drive sales. Additionally, content is very inconsistent. There may be some weeks where we see we have really high quality content or really high video volume, and then there'll be other weeks where there's just a lull. And that is due to us as a brand relying on the affiliate to actually produce. Another thing that doesn't actually happen or does actually happen is that the brand does not have control over what the affiliate creates. So when we send the product out to the creators, it is ultimately up to them what they create. Now, that's also the beauty of TikTok Shop because it brings like a real and relatable content format to the platform. And that's why the conversion rate on this platform is so high. And then there's really no predictable revenue, at least in the early stages, when you're just relying on an affiliate strategy. So we actually believe that the biggest opportunity that brands are missing is a paid creator strategy. So we kind of always say like the winning brands on TikTok Shop are not lucky, they're just more structured. So what does that mean? It means that these brands with this paid creator strategy are owning their content and creating a content flywheel. So typically what we're doing is contracting creators for anywhere between 10 and 30 videos. We're paying them a set fee that gives us back the control over the ad quality, the content concept, and the deliverables, or sorry, the video deliverable volume. So we can tell these creators, we want X number of videos for you this month, which gives us such a better opportunity to actually forecast how many videos that we have incoming. It also will allow us to work with the brand and their creative strategist to be able to execute certain ad concepts. So by owning this content, we are also creating a content flywheel for the brand to use in other areas, such as organic socials, meta ads. A lot of different brands are using this collateral on their websites. They're also using it to inspire other creators. This also means that we're controlling the creative strategy and the video output. I kind of already touched on that, but I think this is probably the most important piece. So if we're working with a brand and they tell us we have a $5,000 budget this month, that tells Chelsea and I, okay, we're going to be able to get 8 creators, and we're going to predict that we're going to have around 300 net new videos a month for you. Now, we know that all of those 300 videos are going to be quality content. Whereas if I send out 300 new products to affiliates, I'm going to assume that, again, very brand dependent, that probably 10% or less of those videos are going to actually perform in our max GMV campaigns. And then lastly, this is an owned community of creators that we can use omni-channel. So again, at the end of the day, we don't own TikTok Shop. We don't own the affiliate engagements on TikTok. And many brands are starting to move their creators off platform and do, Discord communities or Facebook groups or things like that. But building out this creator community where we have a relationship where we're working with every one of these creators is another level of a community and engagement with creators that we could use if TikTok Shop was, no longer a thing. So why affiliate alone isn't enough? So just running down this list. So affiliate alone, inconsistent. We touched on that, not only in terms of volume, but in terms of quality. We have limited control over the content quality and the volume. So touching on the content quality piece, like even if we do give them a brief, very few affiliates are actually going to follow that brief. We don't really have a testing strategy because there's going to be such a gap in between the creators who will actually follow those guidelines that by the time we're able to get a new creator to iterate on the strategy that we want them to or what's trending in their category, the time may have already passed where that trend has already passed us. So next is the retention loop. Again, kind of same thing here. We don't have the control over the affiliate relationship enough to be able to be testing different strategies with that affiliate. Now, on the in-house model, it's predictable. Again, we can forecast the quality and we can forecast the volume. And the goal with that as well is one thing I want to touch on is it's not just to say every month we want to have 8 creators and we want to maintain that 300 video volume. Ideally, 6 months down the road, we've been able to have a positive ROI on all of that creator spend, and we're able to move over the creators who performed, get rid of the ones that we don't, source net new, and be able to compound on the number of creators and the number of videos that we are executing every single month. The content is going to be on brand. So one really important thing to touch on here is that if there is a brand who, maybe positions themselves as a very luxury brand, I do always recommend this in-house model because we get that control and there's going to be, I don't think that brand is truly going to be happy with the kind of content that they're going to get from an affiliate, given that, again, that affiliate can really create whatever they want and they don't necessarily have to follow our guidelines. So for example, right now, Chelsea and I are working with a luxury fashion brand. We actually recommended that they only go with this in-house model because there's very, very specific things that they need to have positioning on in their content. And we knew that in order for them to use this content multi-channel, which is where they're going to get the most value out of it, we needed to have control. Again, that kind of touches on the structured portion and then scheduled. So being able to really rely on a set number of quality videos every single month. One other important thing to point out here is that we are not just pulling for these creators. We're not just pulling from like top performing affiliates. There's a very time and place scenario where I would actually want to work with just our top performing affiliates, because if an affiliate is creating great content and they're producing the volume that we're looking for, maybe that affiliate is posting every day, there's not really a need for us to make them what we call like our in-house creator or put them on a retainer. We're already getting what we want from them. The in-house creator model is kind of a combination of some of those top performing affiliates that we want to get more video volume from. And then additionally, it is creators that are new to TikTok Shop will be really loyal to the brand and are willing to grow with us. So we're really looking more for a product creator fit than anything else. Let's quickly talk about how this in-house creator model integrates with affiliate and paid. So again, there's very few brands that we would recommend doing only this in-house model with. It actually should be run simultaneously with obviously paid, but affiliate as well. And we measure success through a few different things. So when we're doing this, we're looking at, the estimated media value of the content. We're looking at the GMV that it creates. We're looking at the creative volume, and we're looking at the spillover, or at least what can be attributed. But all of that encompasses not just the in-house creator model, it also encompasses the performance of max GMV and affiliate. It additionally creates a waterfall. So if, let's just say, an in-house creator goes viral, there is a lot better opportunity for all of the affiliates to go viral thereafter. Also, affiliates are going to find that content as inspirational. So if they see one of these in-house creators executing a certain creative strategy, they're likely going to go and try to execute something similar to that. So it provides that inspiration that's needed. Paid ads are obviously going to amplify the winners, and then winning creatives will always be moved multi-channel. If a brand isn't running isn't running meta ads, I guess specifically, they're not going to get as much value out of a program like this. This is really used to, amplify your multi-channel approach. And then obviously retargeting is able to improve once we're able to find those winning creators and what that winning creators audience demographics look like. And then lastly, who is this right for and who is this not right for? So this is perfect for brands that they want predictable shop growth. So if they want a set number of videos, a set number of quality videos, this is the strategy I would recommend. Already mentioned this before, but this is really for brands that are looking to grow omni-channel. We do not recommend starting this kind of a strategy unless you have at least $5,000 a month to invest in paid creators. Anything lower than that is just not worth putting the bandwidth into, and you should just really double down on affiliate. This is also for brands that want control over the messaging. So again, some of your luxury brands that have a higher price point and aren't able to necessarily seed hundreds of products to affiliates every single month. And then lastly, this is for brands who are serious about scaling. So they're not just on TikTok Shop for a quick win. This is not right for brands that are commoditized. The in-house creators or more experienced creators are typically not going to be interested in working with more of a commoditized brand because they only have so much real estate on their channel. This is not for brands expecting overnight success. This takes a while. Typically, we don't see videos starting to be posted until like the end of the first month after we've activated this program. And this is not for brands who are not willing to invest in the volume. This is an investment. It takes time, and it also will continue to scale, and you'll get the most value out of it. You'll get the most value out of it if you are willing to continue to invest month over month.
Amazing. I feel like I'm also relearning my job. This is so great. This is why I love talking to you guys. We did have a couple questions, and like the first is on that third point of yours about investing in UGC. Someone asked in the Q&A, there a resource for industry standard pricing on UGC video acquisition. Another person asked, what's the price range that you pay for the content? I know you said you should have at least 5,000 minimum for like these branded things. Sure. What is like a typical engagement or like investment?
Right now, what we're seeing is most of these retainers are landing between $400 and $1,000 for 10 to 30 videos. So the per video cost is relatively inexpensive compared to other platforms. But what is beautiful about TikTok is the per video fee tends to be much lower because the opportunity and conversion rate is much higher on the affiliate side.
That is incredible. So it's not a price per video, it's just how much you're paying for like the bulk, right?
We try to go bulk because we find that consistency is key, especially with these creators. And to really grow this fast enough to make an impact, I want to make sure that I know I have 30 videos or 20 videos coming from this creator. And that kind of touches back on that initial point about forecasting. So when a brand is asking me, what can I expect in 6 months? I can at least tell them this is the number of quality videos that we expect to have after 6 months of this engagement.
That's amazing. And we've already had also some positive feedback. Somebody said, as a creator, I love this, is giving me ideas and different ways to work with brands. I guess one last question I did have for you, and I know we're at time, is you mentioned moving from affiliate to kind of like the brand retainer point. I mean, that looks different for each brand. When does a brand know, or when do you, like, let's say you're
Mhm.
managing the program for the brand, when do you know, okay, this is time that you scale beyond affiliate?
Awesome question. So typically I say at around the $50,000 GMV mark, but again, it's so different for some brands because we'll also have brands that come to us and they say day one, like we are really just ready to press the gas pedal. We want to activate every and all opportunity, in which case I'd say, okay, let's just do the paid creator right from the start alongside affiliate. But otherwise, in most cases, I'm looking at around like the 50 to 100K GMV mark. Or again, for brands who are just going to go the paid creator route, it's if they don't necessarily, it wouldn't make sense for them to seed product at scale. So again, your higher price point, or they
Mhm.
are, a luxury brand that needs to be very, very particular about their positioning.
Amazing. Chelsea, Kelsey, thank you so much. That was incredible.